Good AM, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I am Keeper Kelvin, and we officially welcome you to the Keepers Club podcast. This virtual gathering that you see before you on your Zoom or YouTube screen allows us to have this great privilege to hold a podcast hosted by Keepers Club, a club that aims to keep young people like us away from negative activities such as smoking, drinking, doing drugs, and to help guide and encourage young adults like us who are tuning in, especially those who might be going through things like depression, loneliness, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. And we have this privilege to have keepers that are willing to join this week's recording to share their experiences on how to stay healthy, happy, and motivated. Because at the end of the day, that's really the goal of the club for us keepers to share with others as one were to do with their very own brother or sister. And just like the club slogan, I am my brother's keeper. We will do whatever it takes to share the love that we experience individually and as a group. And we love to also thank the founding president of Keepers Club, who is none other than Pastor Polisiki Beloy, for this great opportunity to be a part of the Keepers Club International here in the United States of America, as well as this great privilege and entrustment to have a Keepers Club inspired podcast. So without further ado, let us all greet all the keepers that have joined us today. May we all see your beautiful faces, you're available, and greet your fellow keepers by saying, I am my brother's keeper. So, how is everyone? And thank you so much for joining. How's everyone there? Hello once again to keepers Isaac, Isaiah, Kendra, Anthony, Kendra, Bella, Sherlyn. So I am my brother's keeper. Hope everyone's day is well, and let's have another successful episode. So thank you so much for joining once again, and we hope that you are just as excited as all of us, and especially if you're tuning in, whether you're on Zoom, YouTube, and we hope and wish that you're having a awesome and blessed day as well. So let us begin, shall we? Alrighty. So here we go. Hope your week is treating well. Hope you got to eat something nice, do something fun, go somewhere memorable, and have a awesome time here with us in the Keepers Club podcast as well. So let us begin. Of course, for our disclaimers, we just wish and always ask, as a tradition, every episode that everyone kindly avoids cursing, sharing anything traumatic. Please prevent from saying anything that goes against our slogan, I am my brother or sister's keeper. And of course, have fun. That's what it's all about, right? And to also share, but we are very glad that we're always trying to keep it professional and to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So, once again, we are the Keepers Club podcast. This is episode 35. Wow, 35 episodes. So we are only like about maybe, what is it, 65 more episodes away, or 650 episodes away from our goal, or 900, about 960, but we're on our way, slow and steady. All right, and for our Keepers Club history. So for anyone that has not heard of Keepers Club International, or abbreviation KCI, was first founded by Pastor Polisiki Beloy and was first established in June 1986 in Davao City, Philippines. Since then, KCI spread all over the globe, gaining thousands of keepers worldwide, and we would have jam sessions, outings, and constructive small group sharings and discussions. And KCI is not only in the Philippines, but in other countries, like in the United States of America, as you can see, Canada, United Kingdom, Italy, Belgium, Spain, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, and many more. So we encourage you to join your Keepers Club there in your respective country, continent, state. And thank you for, once again, joining us here in the Keepers Club podcast, stationed here in the US. So for our introduction, we are the Keepers Club podcast, in case you didn't catch that. And we are a podcast to help guide, encourage, and uplift the youth. We do this through Zoom, as you can see, is YouTube, YouTube is where we post our full episodes, and Facebook is where we post our group photos of all the awesome keepers that have joined that respective episode as well. We do this every Tuesday. You can think of it as 4 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Central time, and 7 p.m. Eastern time. And the reason we do so is because I am my brother's keeper, feeding our keepers just like our brother, our sister. And we try and aim to do this by gathering, bonding, and sharing with keepers all over the US. Because all of us really have a desire to feel belonging, a brotherhood, sisterhood with one another, right? And some people don't have an opportunity or platform like this podcast to join. And even though we're not together physically, we can join together and we are bonded spiritually, you could say. So we're very happy and privileged to not only see one another, just one click every week, but also to share, to see with, and to share the Keepers Club love that we all felt. So, for our experience, we can think of it as that all of our topics relate to the struggles of being a youth, because there are many struggles of being a young person, a young adult in this day and age, especially, with all the technology, social media, and also it is a privilege to meet and talk to keepers all over the US, and it is very humbling as well because I am my brother's keeper. So, to start off, let us have our icebreakers. So I will cue the music as well, but kindly just keep a note that these are our icebreakers today. Emoji challenge, first time, two truths, one lie, and also the talent show story. We'll have a talent show, and maybe you can share a little bit about maybe your talent or how you discovered it, and then you can have the floor to show off your talent. So for the emoji challenge, I'll cue some music as well, but it will be something as simple as this. I'll send some. Oh, also Ate Kendra, Ate Charlotte. Nice seeing you all. How's your day, by the way, Ates? Thank you for showing your video.
Good, kuya.
Go
It's
Ates.
good. We just practice. We just had a tryout for our soccer today.
Wow. Yeah, how was it?
It was kind of hard, but was good.
Or yes, we're hoping it treats you well, Ate. Well, go Ate from soccer. Alrighty. So this one, for example, we will do this. How are you also? How's your day, Keeper Isaac? Loving the legendary birds background.
How are you, Keeper Calvin?
Oh, always best ball. Thank you so much. We're still here. So, for example, if you look in the chat box, guess the emoji challenge. So, based on these emojis, can anyone either say or type in what they believe the word is? One word. Got microphone, piano, drum, guitar, saxophone, and trumpet. Anyone take a guess, by the way? And also feel free to. Yeah, it's a good guess. Actually, it could be, yeah. I think you're right, actually, Keeper Isaiah. It could also be like a band, orchestra, jam session, right? So, all right, how about this one? Nice one, by the way. Keeper iPhone, Keeper Isaiah. How about this? Soccer ball, basketball, football, volleyball, 8-ball, and ping pong. Ping pong paddle. Right? Kendra says game. Sports. Yes, you are very right. It is actually sports. So, or sports game. Personal preference. How about this one? Maybe second to last is this one. Feel free to make your own. Maybe you could guess the word as long as it's appropriate, of course. Yes, you are. Oh, actually, yeah, you are very right. It is along the lines of fast food. but maybe specifically McDonald's, you can say, right? Very nice. The drive through, the food, the cash exchange. And how about this one? Maybe a little trickier. But last one for guess the emoji. Yan. In the meantime, maybe you can start planning your 2 truths, 1 lie for this podcast episode 35. But feel free to get in your guesses and maybe guess what these emojis mean to you. Goalkeeper Isaiah guessing actor. The Kendra saying same. I think the KCP Productions would like to guess also. All right. Good guesses. Singer. Wow. Singer. Editor. We also have a guest from the Keepers Club Productions. Thank you for participating, KCPI Productions as well. And he said the Keepers Club podcast, and he or she is right. It is a KCP. So, the Keepers Club podcast, and regards to all the keepers being the light and salt of the earth. That was a little tricky. Maybe the one who made that one could have done a little better, maybe. But other than that, we hope you enjoyed that. I guess the emoji. So feel free to make your own during the course of our icebreakers. But up next is 2 truths, 1 lie. So would anyone like to participate for the second icebreaker? 2 truths, 1 lie. Make sure you have your lie in it, by the way. Also, take this opportunity to, say regards to all of the keepers that have joined in and all the keepers tuning in, maybe especially there in the Philippines, all those watching this pre-recorded episode. And we hope that you are safe as well, that your week is treating you well. And we encourage you to not only join Keepers Club, but to really share and maybe even invite more keepers to join your respective Keepers Club in your respective area of responsibility. So, any takers for 2 truths, 1? Oh yes, thanks so much. Go Ate Shalyn.
So, okay, for my 2 truths and 1 lie, for number 1 is I pass my driver license, and for number 2 is I'm scared of driving in the freeway. Number 3 is I'm not scared of driving freeway.
Yes. So go a driving Ate Sherlyn, and everyone kindly get your guesses in. Pretty sure too. The first one you mentioned in the past, 2 truths, 1 lie. So I want to say maybe like 2 Ate Sherlyn, but hope everyone guesses as well. Kendra says 2. Did I say 2? Feel free to get your guesses in. Keeper Isaac, how he also regards to Keeper Angelone. Goalkeeper Isaac, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. So. Oh, Texas Twins, get your guess in. Oi. But that being said, Ate Sherlyn, kindly reveal which one was the lie?
It was actually number 3. I'm not scared of driving freeway. A little bit. Yeah.
Go Ate Sherlyn on the expressway and number 12 as well. So thank you for participating, and hope you and all the keepers drive safe on the freeway. So, any other takers, by the way, for the 2 truths, 1 lie? Thank you for participating. Yes. Oh, Keeper Isaac, which one did you guess, by the way? You get it right or hindi po?
I got this. Um, Can I participate?
Yeah, sure. We hope you could guess too, but take it away. Keeper Oladipo. Yeah, go Isaac.
Um, the first one is that I was in a basketball team. The second one was that I was on a football team. And the third one was I was on a baseball team.
Okay, go Keeper Isaac. Wow. Very athletic, Keeper Isaac. And that's very nice too. I would even see you with like photos in the football team, so I'm sure you're very not only athletic but very, very fit for the sports as well. But I wanna guess maybe number 2 as well. But kindly everyone get your guesses in. Regards to also all the keepers with you, Keeper Isaac. Can your guesses 1? Let's say 2. 1. Wow. All right. So 2-1-1. And Keeper Isaac, would you be so kind enough to reveal the line? Go Keeper Isaac.
Okay. Plot twist, all of them were true.
They're all true?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, so the whole thing maybe was like a lie because you had all 3 truths, right? So nice nice one, Keeper Isaac. Make sure to include lie in there next time, nah? But other than that, go Keeper Isaac. Thank you to all the keepers that have participated. So maybe the third one being the keeper, the icebreaker for our podcast episode. Third one being is the talent show story. So, would any keeper be so kind enough to maybe share their talent? Maybe share the story of how they discovered their talent, and just know too if you're willing to share that God-given gift, you can say at the moment, or if you want to save it for before we conclude our podcast episode. Any takers at the moment? Going once, twice, going thrice. Yes, all right. So hopefully we have at least one a little later. I'll be willing to. Hopefully, we gotta pick a song. But other than that, thank you so much and for your cooperation, everyone. And let us move on with our presentation. Wow. So I probably have to cut the music. Other than that, hope you enjoyed our icebreakers and let us know if you have any recommendations for next episodes. All right. All right. Let us move on with our episode. So, episode 35 and our topic being bullying. Yes. Oh, bullying. They, struggle being a youth, especially students, middle school, high school, elementary school. And I'm sure, many of us have been through it. So it's a very nice topic, and we have this opportunity to talk all about it. So, bullying. Some definitions we want to talk about are the word bullying. So, which is seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone who perceived as vulnerable. Also, the word victim, someone who has suffered as a result of someone else's actions or beliefs, or as a result of unpleasant circumstances. And the word bystander, a person who is present at an event or incident, but does not take part. So, we have these definitions because, people can be a victim of bullying, or maybe they are a bystander, one point or another. But we just want to have these definitions. Maybe we have a solid foundation, and the definitions that we did miss, we will have a possible part 2 and part 3 for this episode. So Now moving on to some list of reasons why students bully others, such as the need for power control, maybe popularity, maybe entertainment pleasure, payback, emotional trauma, peer pressure, entertainment, they're insecure, learned behavior, poor social skills, and or lack of empathy. So these are the top 10 that we found for our research portion, and they could include either only one of them or maybe all a combination of all of the above. Why students bully others. So, for episode 35 question, our question is, how should you react to bullying? How should we handle the way a bully treats us or another keeper? How can keepers cope with bullying so that we don't get discouraged or converted to what a bully is saying about you? It's a very nice topic, a very serious topic as well. You know, to start off with, of course, how should you react? And how should we handle the way bullying occurs not only to us, but a fellow keeper around us? And how can we cope with bullying so that we don't feel discouraged or we don't even sink to the level, we don't convert to what they are saying about us. So that is our official episode 35 question. I will copy and paste these for all of the keepers here, and I will post it actually at the moment, right? List of reasons. Even has a bullet point and our official episode 35 question. Yeah. So, and of course, for our discussion time, kindly keep note that there are no wrong answers. We love to hear your thoughts about our topic today, bullying. And of course, participation is highly encouraged. So, of course, we love to hear everyone. So, ideally, at least once, right? And it is a very serious topic as well. You know, maybe we've been bullied, maybe we were a bully, but this is our opportunity to share. So, as I cue some music, is anyone willing to answer for? Oh, is there a hand? Go, Ate Shirley. Would you like to set it off? Go, Ate.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I can relate this topic about bullying because, my
Daddy!
I also get bullied before. Yeah, when hold on, hold on.
Go, baby, Ate Shirley. How are you, Bunso? Nice hearing you. But we'll give a couple seconds. But also, regards to Keeper Anthony, thank you for joining, Keeper Anthony, or joining again. You can say, And
Hello.
hiya. Cool.
Sorry, I can't really turn on my camera right now because I'm still driving.
You good? Yeah, drive safe for us at least. And then maybe if you need a couple more seconds, Keeper Sherlin, would you like to answer, Keeper Isaac? Oh, that is a hand. Take it away, Keeper Isaac.
Oh, I would like to answer the question, how would you react to a bully? Wait, no. Yeah, that's the question. On my opinion, a way that I think you should react to a bully, if it's physical, try your best not to hit him back, because my teacher, she told me, if you're getting bullied and there's like he's trying to or she's trying to hit you, do not fight back, because if you fight back, you're the one in trouble and the bully is in trouble. But if you don't fight back and you just look for a teacher or somebody or an adult, you're not the one in trouble. the person who's bullying you is in trouble. And if it's just in words, just say, I will not be listening to you today. You can go find somebody else or do that somewhere else.
Yes. Very nice. Keeper Isaac. Wow. Thank you for sharing. And yes. Um yes, you're very right. You know, violence should be the very violence is never the answer, or you know, in some cases, like it should be the absolute last resort, the last opportunity, the last solution, right? So nice one, Keeper Isaac. And yes, we will add on and elaborate. Moving on with Ati Sherlyn. Looking at the
So sorry. So okay. Yeah, before, because when I first came here in America, we don't really know how to speak English because it was hard for us. And then when I get to middle school, it was my first time, and I didn't know like what is the meaning of how are you or what's dialect that. And there's like a big girl. I mean, yeah, this big girl. She's like, look at that girl. She don't know how to speak English, and she's always like opening her mouth, like, because when they speak English, I'm like I open my mouth because I'm amazed of how they speak English, like is so straight. Yeah, and then there was one time I went to the bathroom, and there's the big girl. She's like, um did you know that girl, she didn't wash her hands, but the what's that called, the one that you wash your hand is not like, it's not something that you just do that. Is under your feet. There's like, you push it in and the water will come out. But I didn't know that that was the thing. All I know was the one that you just do that. Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then she said that in front of our class, in my math class, that she said, oh, that girl, na, na, na. And then like all the student was like, don't touch that girl, she's dirty. Yeah, but yeah. And then in the second day of my school, there was my science class. They're like, they take a piece of paper and they make it a ball and they throw it to me. And then I'm like, I'm uh, at first I just look at them, like I just look at them with my eyes, like I want to eat them, but yeah, I just did this. Yeah. And then there's one time my teacher was like talking in front of the class, but she was like, back. Then when they threw the paper ball, it went to my teacher. And then when my teacher looked, they're like, they point at me that I'm the one who threw the ball. Just like that. And then yeah, but after that, when the girl did that to me, I said to her, when we meet again in the bathroom, I said to her that if you do that to me again, I know how to do taekwondo. I will kick you. Yeah, and the next day, she was gone. She's not there anymore. With the father. So for me, if you get bullied, sometimes you need to defend yourself, because if you're not gonna defend yourself, they're just gonna do it over and over again. But if you defend yourself, do it in the appropriate way. I mean, um, don't make fight, just like scared them so that next time they won't bully you again. Yeah, that's all. Amen.
Yes. And very nice, Ate. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing. your a little of your story, and I'm very glad as well because we were actually gonna slowly get to that point where it's like, hey, is there any keepers willing to maybe share their experience of how they're bullied, or experience that they're able to learn from or share with the other keepers here, and like my reaction to that, by the way, Ate, is like, it's like some people they don't know, right? Or like you didn't know how at the time like how to work the sink, so it's like why is she making a big deal for all of your class, right? So we wonder like why people are just like that, or why are they so insecure? You can say, why do they have to really make fun of you and then make it a big scene for everyone, right? So anyone else, by the way, would you like to maybe share a story or, maybe answer the question, of course, like how we should react or how should we handle the way bully treats us in a situation like that or any given situation or personal experience that you might have?
I'll go, Kuya.
Oh, go to.
What Isaiah and Ati said, yeah, you should react. You should you should defend yourself because if you get into a fight, then you might get in trouble. Cause on the internet or face to face bullying, it's it's traumatizing. It's they don't know how to someone they say defend themselves, but if you defend yourself, it's when you scare them. But Ati said they'll leave you, but fighting it's not the answer to get into a physical fight. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, nice hearing you, Ate Kendra. Wow. So, something I want to add really quick. I know, just like you're saying, Ate Kendra, and then also Ate Sherlyn, maybe she left for a minute, but pretty much that, we should also stand up for ourselves too. Right? If we don't stand up for ourselves, if we don't scare them, just like Ate Sherlyn was saying, or if we don't do something about it, like Ate Kendra was saying, they'll just see us as a target, as being vulnerable. So we have to also put our foot down and to not to show them that we're not someone to not only be messed with, but that we're human just like them too. So just like Keeper Isaac is saying, don't resort to violence, but stick up for yourself because bullying is a really huge problem and it's very very serious problem as well. Something that maybe all of us have experienced before. So, thank you, Ate Kendra. That being said, any other keepers would you like to share? Oh, someone just go like that?
Right there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go, yeah.
I just want to share how one of my, not main bully, but one of my bullies from middle school became my best friend. So to give you guys some inspiration that not all the bullies that you ever meet will always stay your bullies. You can help turn the tide by talking to them. Because when I was in middle school, like Sherlyn, I was made fun of because of my ethnicity and how I look. And it was when I first came into middle school, so it was 6th grade. But 7th grade, I learned how to become more socially adaptable first, I guess. So because 6th grade, I was just not weird, but I don't know how to talk to people enough that we can become friends. I just talk to everybody. I don't have a specific friend group or friend circle, right? And so that made me prone to bullying because I didn't have friends to help defend me. And when I try to defend myself, I sounded so what I said is so low, or I don't know how to defend myself because I don't know how to say the words that I want to say. So I sounded dumb when I try to defend myself. But as I went on with middle school, so seventh grade came in. I throughout the summer I learned how to become more socially adaptable, meaning I was able to pick up um, ways to defend myself, ways to talk to people of um, different backgrounds because we're all different people. We came from different backgrounds, so I was learning how to talk to them the way that they should be talked to, because I'm used to the main in the Philippines. I'm used to the friend groups there because everybody knew each other. But because it was a small class and we were all like neighbors, so we knew each other. But in America, it's very different because there were hundreds of students in school at a time, and so I can't, I didn't know how to act because I only knew how to act the way that I used to when I was in the Philippines. Then there was this specific group of girls and boys, and there was this girl. She always bullied me because my eyes are kind of closed before. I mean, it's still kind of closed now, but very like my eyes were smaller then. And I didn't talk to her in my eighth grade year, but I also didn't know that we were gonna end up in the same high school. And when I first day of high school, all I saw was new faces. I didn't know anybody from my middle school, so I went on the stairs, sat by myself. And when she came in, like it's like we forgot everything because high school is like where people like students are kind of more grown up or whatever. But when we saw each other, I kind of like forgot everything because I didn't know anybody and she's the only one that I knew from my middle school. And so I approached her and I said, "What are you doing here?" In a friendly way. And since then we started talking and she became my best, like one of my best friends now, up until senior year. So it's sometimes it's good to defend yourself from actual bullies that make fun of you, physically assault you, or push you, or verbally abuse you. It's good to defend yourself, just like Charlene said. But sometimes, take a smart approach. Maybe they're projecting their anger, their hate, because something's going wrong with their life and they don't know how to express it properly. So they pick on the small guys, such as you, such as me, and other people to be happy with themselves. So just a friendly reminder for everybody. Always do what's right, but stand your ground when necessary. So don't don't always be like a dove. There's a wise man once said, "Be harmless as a dove, but as wise as a serpent." So you guys can be as harmless as a dove when it comes to bullying, but when you feel like enough is enough, like you tell the person you're going too far. Be wise as a serpent of how you're gonna deal with a problem. You're gonna tell a teacher, tell a friend, deal with the problem yourself, but be wise about it. In other words, try to be minimal in inflicting physical damage because it affects you more. And also, don't let other people let down your morale, let down your self-esteem because they can't say the same thing to themselves. You know, um, just just to sum it up, um, put yourselves in their shoes and try to think why they're doing it to you or to your friends, and it helps you understand the situation better. But yeah, that's all I have to say. No, it's pretty long, but just wanted to share you guys a story. and also a kind of like a lesson. But yeah.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Wow. Thank you, Keeper Anthony. Very nice. Thank you for sharing as well. Really sharing your experiences also. And I'd like to add before I lose my thought. But not only is it kind of funny, Anthony, that you're saying you got bullied by a girl, but I too was bullied by a girl. You know, two of them actually. So like, it's like the times where I felt like I could say I was bullied in school by two people. They were both girls, right? It sounds funny, but it's a different story where it's like it really is like you don't want to go to school because of that bully, or you really have you even feel like you need to tell your parents that like I'm being bullied. It's a girl, but still like I'm being bullied. I don't feel comfortable. And just like Anthony was saying, it's crazy how things turn out the way they become. She ended up being one of Anthony's good, if not best friend, right? For me, it was actually reverse. The one who's bullied me, she was my day one, you can say, kind of like a day one. So it's very weird. They could either end up being like one of your bullies in your childhood or even like one of your best friends. But just like everyone has been saying, violence should be the very last answer. That's something we really emphasize, right? Because not only is it problems for you, but also for your parents, their parents, the school, how the school is portrayed, how you're portrayed, right? But of course, whatever it takes, you have to do something. You can't just let them win. You can't be weak. You have to let them know that, that's not cool to bully not only you, but also a fellow keeper, right? Don't be a bystander. If you see someone being bullied, especially your own keeper, this should be something that triggers you, your natural instincts to really stick up for your fellow keeper, brother or sister. And of course, it's a lot easier said than done. A lot of us, we were in school at one point before. Whether it's a long time ago, but we know as well that it's a lot more than just saying, you know what, hey, don't do that, hurts my feelings. It's a lot more. It's a lot more complicated than just saying, you know what, I'm gonna tell the teacher on you. I'm gonna tell the principal on you. No, it's a lot different when it's a real thing. So, we really emphasize not only sticking up for yourself, sticking up for others, but of course, you know, to to also make friends. In our brainstorming session, that's something we agreed as well. Make friends. Really put yourself out there, because not only is it making friends for your sanity, not only is making friends, good for your studies, but also you're less vulnerable to being bullied. Right? Not only do people know you, but they could stick up for you as well. They see that you're also just a human like them, not just like a victim or a weakling or someone that they really pick on. And we're not trying to victim shame or anything, but sometimes you got to do what you have to do. And these bullies, many of us might have been a bully in the past, but it really is common knowledge that they're insecure. Bullies are insecure. Maybe they have problems at the house. Maybe they feel pleasure, or they want to be popular, and the only way they can do that is being a bully. So that's why we really emphasize not only sticking up for yourself, but also to continue to do what you can, right? It's not just going up to bully and like fighting them, or really saying like, hey, don't pick on my friend. There's a right way, there's a right approach as well to stick up for your fellow keepers, to stick up for yourself. You can do it too. Don't let anyone just run over you. Don't let anyone treat you like that. They might be even the same age as you. They're still human like you. So, and the reason too is very serious. The reason that we have this topic, we even have fellow keepers, that have talked about it lately. You can say not only here in Chicago, but also, in our respective keepers club. So just imagine, someone a lot younger than us being bullied. So not so it's I have more to add, but I want to open the floor. That was long also, but sometimes we just can't help but share. So regards also Keeper Eric for joining. But anyone else, would you
Hello.
like to share? Goalkeeper Rick. Any other keepers? Would you like to add on, elaborate, maybe answer any
Sure.
of the questions?
I would like to, just for joining, but I know we're talking about bullying. So what was some of the questions that we were trying to answer? Like I got a little, what's your past experience with it, or like how to
Yes,
stop it,
sir.
or like what?
So,
Okay,
Keeper Rick.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Just to clarify, short and sweet. It's like, how should we react to bullying? How should we handle it? How can we cope and not be discouraged or seek move down to the level?
Okay. All right. So, how to react to bullying? If you're a bystander, it's easier said than done, of course, but I myself have been in a situation where thankfully I haven't been bullied as much as some other people have been, but I really hate to say it, when I was younger, of course, I was also the bully. And I was bullying this one kid. I don't really know why. Sometimes it's because you just like have this like thing in your heart that just says I don't like you, and it's like so biased and everything, and you start bullying to them. And of course I feel really bad for that. I apologized to him like a couple of years later, like years later, but I do remember that. But that was the only time where I was like, oh, bully. I've witnessed bullying before, and I've also witnessed school administrations doing like nothing about it, which is something really unfortunate that I think that happens way too much. Um, Schools say they have a stable support system for students. The system ends up failing them in a way that puts them into a worser spot than they were before. And I really think that's something that needs to be addressed more and fixed more. Um, as for how to react to bullying, if you're the one getting bullied, I say, of course, stand up for yourself, but not like to fight fire with fire, if you know what I mean. Stand up for yourself in the sense that what they're saying to you, I know it's kind of cliche, but like they're only words, and it's the opinion of one person when there's the whole world out there. And if you're feeling down because of that, don't let yourself feel down because of it. Because there are always people in this world who will love you, who will support you, who will care for you. What I've found is that even if it seems like in the world you're being so torn down, there are always people who will help you get lifted back up. Support yourself in also the way of telling somebody. I know even though sometimes school systems do nothing about it, talk to someone. I know for my school at least, we have a support kind of system where if you have a problem, you can go to a guidance counselor, go to someone who specializes in that, and just talk. Just vent. If not, just find a friend. There's always a friend who you can talk to. For me at least, that's what I would do. Talk to a friend, get your thoughts out and everything. And yeah, I guess that's how I would react to bullying. Of course, super, like, not in-depth answer. I haven't had a lot of experience with it, but on the surface, that's what I would say. So, thank you.
Yes, and kindly believe me when I say this, but no, thank you, actually, Eric, for jumping in and even sharing, Goalkeeper Rick. So, drive safe, by the way, Keeper Angelo. And any other keepers, would you like to, elaborate or add on?
I'll go.
Wow, drive safe, Keeper Angelo. Well, yes, take it away. Go AC.
Okay, so first of all, I'd just like to like elaborate on everyone else. I've never been like in a situation where I've got a bully. Well, technically, I have actually, because I remember like it was just this year. It was the beginning of the school year, I got put into a native speaking Spanish class. Even though I don't speak Spanish. And like there was this two no three kids who was like sitting behind me. I don't even know if it comes like as a bullying, but like they would like just mess with me, like they would just like play with my head, like throw stuff at me and stuff like that. And I I got tired of it. Like not really tired of it, but like it was just too much, I guess. So like I just switched out of that class, and also because I don't understand anything, because I don't even speak Spanish, especially native speaking Spanish. So all I did was just I switched out of that class, and that helped me solve my problem. But also for me, I think that people, there are like bullies, just because either they want what you call this, attention, or just because they want to do it for fun. Or sometimes there's even like in movies and shows, whenever there's like someone getting bullied, they would always say it's because they like you or have something for you. That is like basically why most people would even bother to bully, is because either they want attention or they like you. And for me, before middle high school, I thought that there was a lot of like I watch movies and shows where every middle school, there's always this bully that would bully everyone, and that's what I had put in my mind. Once I go to middle school, and to high school, I would get bullied a lot because of how, like, what I see in like movies and shows. But I ended up, being wrong, because it's not real. There, like here in Texas, in my school that I go to, there's no bully, well, which is good, because it's a safe environment for everyone that goes to the school. And the only bullies that is my friends, because play bully, so it doesn't make if you're a person and you bully each other. And yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Keeper AC. Wow. Yes, thanks for. We're very glad as well. You're willing to share, not only while you're driving, but to share your experience as well. And if I may add too, like, regardless too, Keeper AC, whether it's like the Spanish or not, it's crazy how that 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 thing of them picking on you, it's reasonable, it's justified for you to leave that class, because bullying is a very serious thing, right? And just a little thing like that, it can really affect you mentally, right? Not only to you, but to any keepers around the world. And I say that because I've had friends, I've had experiences, that you can really see that bullying has really affected them negatively. And I've had a friend. She's wondering. She doesn't even want to go to a specific college because her bullies are there. It's like mind blowing, but it's like you really think about it. It's really that serious. I had a family friend that he moved out of his school, whether it was right before 8th grade or right before senior year, just because of a bully. Can you imagine that? Being all the way going all the way to school, preschool to 7th, or freshman to junior, and then leaving because of one bully. But it really is serious. Like I'm saying, in our brainstorming session, my ate, one of my sisters, she's telling me, you can also mention how there was a 14-year-old. She just killed herself because of being bullied. Someone threw a water bottle at her head. It's enough to mess her up mentally that she's just gonna take her life. In high school, a freshman also killed, bullying, and you even see things in like TV and movies. They not only they feel the need to resort to something like that just to deal with bullying, to think that the end of that's it's their end of the life, but even to do the unthinkable, not to themselves but toward everyone in the school. So it really is something seriously and serious, that is something we need to um really take serious into our as a brother and sister here in the Keepers Club podcast. So we really it really is something to think about, to discuss, and also to be careful also of the friends you choose. Right? Not only does it help to have friends, but you never know if you're the bully like yourself. And we appreciate the honesty of Keeper Eric. Right? I too. I was a bully. It's hard to believe. We're like innocent, but it's just something in our mind, not only just to pick on someone, but also it's a way of fitting in, right? It's even like a comedy tactic, really making fun of someone, really, really belittling someone. It's like something that your friends laugh at. It's something that it's almost praise in this generation. And after looking back, I think about it, it's not cool. So there's times, just like Keeper Eric, I'm really glad he was able to apologize to that victim. But also me, there's times where I I've I I apologize to them in the future, or like when I got to see them, I got to confront them, and then there's times where I didn't, where I realized, wow, that just wasn't cool.
I will give you this evil.
So anyone else, by the way, you like to share? Maybe any last words, or not last words, or depending any other thing you're willing to add on. Oh yes, goalkeeper Rick.
If nobody else is willing to go, I'll go. So, about that thought that you had, Keeper Calv, um, on dealing with people who are bullied, in terms of them taking their lives or them taking other lives, it seems like I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't want to say impossibility, but it seems like something so far fetched that you can't really conceive of in your mind, I guess. But really, like, every time you have an opportunity to stand up for someone, you could be preventing something a lot worse in the future. Like, the Mandela effect, butterfly effect, I don't know what it's called. Um, your actions in the short term will have effects in the long term. If you choose to do something wrong out of fear, then what could be the repercussions in the future? If you choose to do the right thing, what could be the things that could have been avoided in the future? I guess I'm meaning to say. And on that thought, that kind of made me realize, like, dang, every time you have an opportunity to stand up for someone, every time you have an opportunity to do something good, that can have potentially, there's always a potential for it to have long-reaching effects. And yeah, that was what I had to say. Basically, that was my idea, short and sweet. But yeah,
Yes, very nice, keeper Rick. Anyone else? Yes, and just like Keeper Angelo was saying, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Wow, very nice, AC. Something I want to add to that. I know during our brainstorm session, it's another quote that many of us might live by, but also relates to this discussion. It is, what people say about you doesn't represent you, but represents a lot about them. Along those lines, right? Oi, can we all do a favor? We have a keeper that has joined. Let's do a round of applause. But we are talking about bowling, by the way, and I'd like to maybe just really stop the discussion really quick and give a special shout out to Keeper Jessica. So nice seeing you, Keeper Jess. First time, right? But can we all give a round of applause to Keeper Jessica for joining the Keepers Club podcast? How are you, Jess? Hope your day's going well. Hope everyone can give the regards to Jessica. Welcome to the podcast, Jess. So, but yes, let's continue with our discussion. And we'd love to hear you from you, by the way, though, Jess. Like, like how's your day? Or if you're in the chat. Yeah, first time. You're very right. Go, Jess. Alrighty, so love from the Keepers Club podcast. So let's continue. But just like I was saying, it doesn't represent, what people say about you doesn't represent us, but it represents a lot about them. And another thing too, something about bullying, right? Our topic today is episode 36 for our podcast. Another thing to note, not victim shaming, but it really is about, don't be weak either. Right? Not necessarily physically, but also mentally, right? Because if you're bullied, for example, if you're mentally weak, you'll let the bully win, right? And then in the future, it can really, that mindset can really represent your way of thinking later in life. So, for example, if you're able to overcome your bullying, if you're able to overcome that bully, your trials, your challenges, and that, you'll be able to overcome later on in life your trials, your fire, your challenges, and especially the biggest enemy, which is ourselves. Right? So, in anything, whatever it is, whatever route you choose in your life, you'll be able to overcome it. So if you can't overcome it now, it's a lot easier said than done. But we really encourage all the keepers, not only here in this episode, but all over the world that may be tuning in, to really overcome it, to be strong, make friends, really stick up for yourself. And of course, violence is the last answer, the very absolute last resort. But you got to do what you got to do as well. So, don't let anyone bully you. Don't let anyone walk all over you. Don't let anyone, treat you, or make you feel less than what you are. So, yes. With that being said, is there anyone else, by the way, would you like to add regarding our topic today of bullying, which is part 1? Or if in case we haven't answered, like, how should react to bullying? How should you handle the way a bully treats you? Or how to not get discouraged or be converted by what a bully is saying about you. So maybe any last thoughts before it gets too late, right? But anyone else, would you like to participate or add on? Maybe a second or third time? Keeper Isaiah, Keeper Isaac, Ate Kendra, Ate Sherlyn. You're available, of course. Going once, going twice. Yes, go Just. Keeper just said, what is your experience with bullying and how did you overcome it? But yes, good question. And if you're there or available, by the way, Keeper Just, feel free to jump in. But in me, oh yes, go at the Sherlyn. But you're still there.
Okay, for me, before I experienced bullying, and now how I overcome the bullying, because the people who bullied is they bullied someone that are like something weak or quiet or something doesn't have friend, they are the one who bully. They are the one uh, bullied him. But ask me before, because I didn't know how to speak English. I'm quiet. I'm shy. I don't have friends. So yeah, but in myself, I have the strength in me. That's why how I overcome it is when they bully me, I talk to them back. Like if this like if they said, okay, you want to fight me, and I said to them, okay, I will not, I will not, uh, uh, yeah, it's like they say, you want to fight me. I just said to them, I know how to fight too because I learned taekwondo. If you want, I can fight you like that. I kinda show them my kick kinda so that they're gonna be scared. That's why next time if they're like bother you again, they will not bother you anymore because you show them how to fight them back, because if they feel that you are weak and they feel that they're strong, they will go back to you until you don't become strong. Because yeah, that's all.
Yes, wow, goalkeeper Sherlyn doing taekwondo. Wow. But yes, that's a nice solution too. Maybe just like Keeper Eric is saying, sometimes you see the school administration, they don't do anything. Teachers don't do anything. Maybe even your parents are not gonna do anything. Right? So sometimes you have to take matters to your own hands. Do your part. Better yourself. Physically, mentally, spiritually, especially, but physically, just like Ate Sherilyn saying, TKD. Or, right, Keeper Rick doing self defense. And likewise as well. But maybe for any other keeper that has, martial arts background, so you can not only defend yourself, but defend maybe your loved ones or those around you. And if anything too, something I do want to add, like whatever it takes, right? Don't let anyone take away or destroy your peace. Don't let them take away your joy or love. And many times we there's just bullies, they don't have empathy. They're not able to put themselves in our shoes. So, you know, with that being said, it's actually, I'm trying to say that it's another topic. When it comes to like not realizing that we might be a bully ourselves, or especially the bullying that comes in cyberbullying, or when it comes to even when we're like making jokes that go too far, or when it comes to really um just really being quote unquote bullied without us even knowing. And with that being said, during the course of forming this episode, I really thought about it too. I told my kuya, like, bullying is such a cheesy word, right? But it could be, just not being too sensitive, but also, just having friends. Maybe they're just to have friends that are telling you, you know what, maybe you're being too sensitive, or you know what, you got to stick up for yourself. You got to do your part too, right? Or, you have to tell someone. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to suffer the whole time, right? So, any final last thoughts before we officially end for this episode 35, our topic being bullying? Oh, wow. Yes, so kindly let me know, by the way, if anyone wants to participate. But regards to Keeper Jessica, for I know you must be busy, but it really means the world and so awesome seeing you participate as well. Ooh, just keep Eric saying woo. But if I may share, keep or read, Keeper Jessica says, I feel like bullies pick on things they're insecure about. Insecurity causes jealousy and envy. It's not worth the energy. Wow. And always choose to be the bigger person. Just take it as a lesson. Sometimes people come into your life to teach you things. Learn from the experiences, take it and move on. These experiences grow your character. Goalkeeper Jess! Thank you so much for participating. And then I'm like in awe of the punctuation, low grammar mistakes, complete sentences, the thoughts. Wow, goalkeeper Jess. So thank you, Keeper Jess, once again for sharing. And then something, keepers like not only us, but all the keepers tuning in, in their respective country, continent, state, are can really learn from and be blessed by, you can say, as well. So, any final thoughts? Once again, not only about bullying, but also maybe relating to how Keepers Club might have helped you overcome this, or really made you feel that belongingness, here in the club where you don't ever have to worry about bullying. Ideally, at least one person. Any takers? Kind of relating to Keepers Club. All right. So, oh yeah, go Rick.
Okay, sure. Being short and sweet because I can't really talk that long, but on the experience of how Keepers Club has helped me specifically in dealing with that kind of stuff. Honestly, this club like strengthens you like mentally, like you think positively. At least for me in my experience, you think more optimistically when you're more engaged in these activities. Honestly, and it does help you because what do bullies do? Of course, bring you down, give you negative thoughts in your head, right? Because they're insecure, like what Jessica said in that very awesomely written paragraph. Like that was nice. But yeah, Cupid's Club definitely helped me think more straight, I guess, better in a way where you don't let the words seep down into your heart to affect you and bring you down, but you are strong enough on your own to, I guess, uplift yourself, to encourage yourself, to not let other people get in the way of what you want to be or what kind of person you want to become, but it's just you because you have that love in yourself. And honestly, Cupid's Club did help me with that, like with the idea of like that whole concept of loving yourself before you can love others, uplifting yourself before you can uplift others. And honestly, it's a really positive mental contribution, at least to me. And I do feel that that can help you really well in the case of bullying if you are bullied. But personally, that's definitely how Keepers Club had helped me. So yeah.
Wow, very nice, Keeper Rick. Yes, very short and sweet, and by man, really quick too. Hopefully you guys know, everyone knows that like Keepers Club is everything to me, right? And I didn't even ask or was looking for something like this, but you know, the inevitable law of brotherhoodness or brotherhood that you feel, through Keepers Club. And not only you don't have to worry about someone belittling you or picking on you, but you gain not only brothers and sisters all over the US, but all over the world, right? And you also discover your God-given gifts. You have a place you can really come to, not only learn about love for yourself, but love for others, and also for the love above, man upstairs. And of course, we're very forever grateful to the Keepers Club International and our founding president, Pastor Apollon Kivaloy, for having us in Keepers Club International and allowing us to do the bare minimum, the very least we can ever do to say thank you to KCI and really giving back to something as little as the Keepers Club podcast. So, any final thoughts for like the third time before we go on to our closing? Going once, going twice, and let's move on. So, what a nice episode, everyone. Or well, let's move on actually to our our official shout outs. So, shout outs, of course, to the new faces. Go, Keeper Jessica. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed, even for the little time that you were here. But we are very, very happy. You have no idea for that you're able to join us today, as well as all the returning keepers, just like Keeper Angelo, Eric, Isaac, Isaiah, Kendra, also Keeper Bella, Anthony, who has joined, and Sherlyn, who has joined, but I assume they're just busy, Keepers Club International, and our beloved president of Keepers Club, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy. Also, check out our new updated flyer. Maybe I could zoom out on this. Yeah. So, Keepers Club podcast every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. And then youth empowerment, battling depression and anxiety, create peace and stability and belongingness and family. And, we're not able to click it, but the actual one, if we were to send it to you, it's possible. But feel free to check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Keepers Club Podcast. And before we really hope you enjoyed and we love to see you for episode 36, we'd love to actually share you this Keepers Club trailer for those who have not have heard of the podcast or are really curious of how the podcast has been treating us all. We want to show you this trailer. So if we can get KCP Productions to kindly present this trailer. So with that being said, here is our trailer, I believe, in like 3, 2.5, 2, and 1.
To find
So we hope you all enjoyed that trailer. We'll be sure to add our group photos and performances that we've missed in that trailer. But let us move on with our closing. And once again, thank you for all joining, and we hope you once again enjoy that trailer. Other than that, yes, we really hope you enjoyed, and we'd love to see you for episode 36. So be sure to kindly check out our social medias. You can see us on YouTube, see all the things that we've mentioned. Also on Instagram, on there's a third one, I believe. Instagram, Facebook, and um Zoom. Yes, as you can see, Zoom and YouTube, of course. And while I cue our closing music, yeah, not too loud. Okay. You don't hear the music though. Oh, here. Um, okay, but other than that, we really hope you enjoyed, and we'd love to see you for episode 36. And lastly, may we all take a podcast group photo. So you see all the beautiful faces. We love to add you to it and to go down memory lane as well. To always try to improve each and every episode, and to really thank everyone for joining our episode today. So not as many keepers today, but it's very nice because that we're able to all participate. So it's not we always not only are we comfortable with silence, but it is always quality over quantity. So that being said, as we cue some music, we love to see everyone. We're willing to join in and have the group photo to celebrate this episode. If only if you're available, of course, but we'd love to see everyone. And that being said, can we do it 3 counts? Yes. Show your camera. Let's have a group photo, everyone. So that being said, perfect timing as my light dies out. But can we all do a normal smile? We'll do like a 3, do like a 2. Ready? So 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much. All right, let's also do a K. K for kill your brothers and sisters. No, keepers. Keep our brothers and sisters away from a negative life. So, then we all have a 3, a 2, and a 1. Hey, K for keepers. So, thank you so much for everyone for joining. Thank you for driving safe as well, for jumping in, everyone participating. And we hope to see you for next episode. We'll be here every Tuesday. And we hope you have a blessed rest of the day. So go all the keepers that have joined, and have a awesome rest of the week at Go Keepers from the Keepers Club podcast. Good job, everyone. See you soon.